Hey everybody, welcome back to Marine Corps Movie Minute, where we're breaking down movies of the Marine Corps 1 minute at a time. I'm Jack.
I'm Brian.
And today we've got minute number 127. The minute begins with Gunny walking through the crowd, and minute ends with Gunny walking off into the sunset.
Yeah, with credits rolling.
Yeah. Exit stage left.
Yeah, yes, he does. We start this minute off with Gunny. We talked last minute, like that was, we don't get any more shots of Recon. We just get Gunny now walking through the crowd alone. He doesn't have anybody. Walks past the band, and something catches his eye in the bandstand or the bleachers, I guess I should say.
Yeah.
I like the way the shot reveals itself. Gunny's staring the whole time, and I don't think like the camera just moves enough just so that, or maybe she does. Maybe she kind of gets into perspective a little bit of both.
Kind of leans back.
Yeah, Aggie is in the stands. She was blocked by a Marine just standing there clapping, and the way the camera kind of just turns ever so slightly, I think it's you could see that it reveals that she's there behind him. And I like I always like this little bit of business where she once it's clear who it is in the stand, he's seeing her there, they make eye contact. She takes out her little flag that they gave everybody, and she just waves it like so slowly, like just back and forth methodically. And it's kind of like, hey, yep, I'm here, like, and she gets a little smirk.
Well, so does Gunny.
Yeah, he does. And she just comes down. They don't say anything. She's got a nice smile on her face, and then but she kind of takes a deep breath, like, "Yep, I'm here." And he gets a smirk too, and they don't say anything, and they just walk off, as you said, into the sunset together. They go through the crowd. Basically, the last shot of the movie is them walking past the crowd. There's two huge, massive, airplane hangars big enough to get those C-130s in, and they're just heading towards that when credits roll. Now, you made a comment offhand, and I had the same thought. Not offhand. You had a comment offline, and I had the same thought. So, what was that?
As many times as I've seen this movie, I was always kind of curious as to why she's out there with white lace gloves on.
Hmm.
And it dawned on me that, wait a minute, dude asked her to marry him. And I was like, is that what this is? Did she walk out of her wedding?
Uh, I had the same thought the other day when I was going through these minutes. I was like, holy crap, she's a runaway bride.
Yeah.
It never dawned on me before, ever, like ever. Because when they go to the officers club and she's dancing with him, she is wearing a white dress. It's actually when she walks away, you can see that the bottom is actually black and the top's all white. It's not dissimilar to this dress. This has got more like of a collar or whatever, like lace, and that's not really lace, but you know what I mean. It's got some sort of decorative thing around the shoulders
Yeah.
and breast area or whatever, chest area. But then at the officers club too, I joked, and this is another thing where when I watched it the other night, I saw a woman it was the funniest looking white dress, and I'm like, how did I not pick that out when we talked about it minute by minute? Like that's what I mean. Like it's just noticing things. But again, not dissimilar to what Aggie's now wearing at the end. So I mean, it's clearly it's filmed in summer. It looks like it's summer. It looks hot. We know it was filmed in summer during a damn heat wave, even though this is technically October.
Yeah.
But it's like, well, you can wear white before Labor Day. I took it as like she's pure, like it's like
Yeah.
the reborn, like, color theory and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it dawned on me the other night. I was like, holy crap, she's wearing gloves, which again, it could be the style. But I'm like looking at this dress and I'm like, this could easily be a wedding dress. And the last we left it was that Roy asked her to marry, and we never got the answer.
Yeah.
So as a kid, or even as a man as of a week ago, I always assumed that she just was there in a white dress. She was there. Um, she had already made her decision. We just had never gotten the answer. And now I question everything. I think everything's a lie. I think she was ready to marry him, and then when something happened, and she was like, you know what, I do love Tom, and he's coming back, and this is it. So to me, it looks like she is totally a runaway bride.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now when I was watching the movie the other day, I did ask one of our guests if they thought this was a situation, and I was told no, they didn't get that impression. But You and I both got the same impression. So
Yeah, I mean, either that or that was her wedding dress from when they got married
that,
before.
that's just creepy. Then that's weird.
That is a little weird, but you know.
That would be weird. Yeah, but whatever. Can I just say, I've told you many times that I thought Marsha Mason was great in this movie. I really like the way, I really, she's one of the actresses and characters that I grew to appreciate by doing this minute by minute.
Mhm.
But I never really thought she was like she's an attractive woman, but I wasn't like, oh, she's hot. Like when they show her in that dress and she's like
Yeah.
working, I was like, oh, I get why Gunny likes her. I think she looks really nice, and I was just like, I really like her. I like the dress on her. I like her when she's being playful. She looks good. Well done, Gunny.
Yeah. Welcome home.
Yeah, yeah. Which is a cool shot because they both look at each other. They both are like, "Yep, we're doing this." But over Gunny's shoulder, you get a big old American flag and a Marine Corps flag right behind it,
Yeah.
waving. And
Yeah.
the shot is of the American flag in the foreground though, and then that's when they walk off towards into the sunset together.
Yep.
And if you look in the background, is that Chuzu's truck all the way back there by the?
It could very well be.
I think they're walking to Chuzu's truck.
He chooses still like he's off in another country somewhere,
Yeah, it's
wrapping up things, and yeah, he stole his truck again.
yep, I think so. What I found funny, so the credits start, right, we about 2 seconds of credits, and it starts with the co-starring, and it's all the J.C. Quinn, Begonia Palazza, John Amos, Tom Sharp, Jack Gallagher, John Hostetter, and some I forget who else. It's cut off. But, these are all, like, the bit players that we've seen throughout, like, some of these that's Reese the cop in the beginning,
Yeah.
it's Miss Banana Titties, I think his name pop up, stuff like that, like, it's funny that that's how the credits started was with these bit players.
Yeah.
Which I won't go through them now because we've talked about them as they appeared. Because there's actually not a huge cast list, especially according to
No.
IMDb, if you look at this. So we've pretty much covered everybody. But as they're walking away, Stars and Stripes Forever kicks in, and that was a 1897 John Philip Sousa composed song, and it was actually composed on Christmas Day in 1896, first published in 1897. In fact, the march received the great honor of being selected by an act of Congress as the National March of the United States of America in 1987. It's basically the Popeye song whenever he gets a spinach and he beats up Bluto.
No.
This march really wasn't written as like a response to a battle or like Semper Fidelis was in honor of the Marine Corps. It was actually based on his music manager passed away, and he just had an epiphany one one night about it, and he wrote it. So
Huh.
interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Other than that, do you have anything you want to cover about this minute?
No.
Yeah, there's not much to pick apart on this. All right. Well, what do you
What
say?
are they all clapping at? Everybody's staring and facing off in one direction, and they're all clapping. They're just standing there clapping.
They're just looking at the crowd still. It's just
I
like
guess.
Gunny. Yeah, that's just the band. They're just happy. It's everybody. It's everything. It's
Yeah.
just that. I mean, there's more planes actually. You notice there's so many planes over there. So I wonder if there's more people coming off of
Well,
these planes. But they're done. They're walking away from life in the military. They don't need this anymore. And
yeah.
so it's just now. Granted, it does go on for the entirety of the credits. So.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Guy's gonna go drop off his rifle, and armory guy's gonna be like, "No, man, he ain't clean." He's gonna be like, "Fuck you,
Yep.
I'm done."
He's done. It's good enough.
Fuck you, clean it yourself.
Yep.
And then he's going to have do a little he and she-in, looks like.
Yeah. Well, that would have been pretty funny if they like that was like the epilogue to this movie. It's just Gunny trying to go through checkout and
Yeah.
getting harangued by all the
Yeah.
Yeah, where's your flippers? Why left
Yeah,
them back in Grenada? You know,
yeah, yeah. Yeah, there's some kids outside playing, after the Battle of Grenada, and they find this big stash of military gear.
right?
Yeah,
Flippers. Yeah.
a bunch of flippers and, yeah, swim equipment. That's funny. No, man, I got nothing else.
Nah, me neither. So just ask everybody to, finish up strong with us, and we'll get through the credits together. Thanks for joining. And I can, so normally I like to do a line from the movie, but there's no line, there's no dialogue anymore, so I can't do a closing thing. So I'm giving the audience and Perry a come hither smirk right now, like just like Icewood did.
This isn't a Navy movie.
Da-da, da-da, da-da.